Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Waukee Fieldhouse for some CIML volleyball on tap for your Tuesday night. It's the third-ranked Waukee Warriors at 13-2, taking on the 5-8 Southeast Polk Rams. Blake Walker with you here this evening. Should be a fun night of volleyball. Always is when the CIML faces off one another. I talked about the ranking for Waukee. They come in ranked third. Let's take a look at the rankings for Class 5A. They will be reset tomorrow on Wednesday, but here's what we got. for the top 10. Northwest is the leader. They just lost to this Waukee team on Saturday in tournament play at Southeast Polk, ironically, where Waukee and Southeast Polk did face. So Waukee has beat the number 1 team. We'll wait and see if maybe that bumps them up to the 2nd spot. Ankeny Centennial finds themselves at the 2 spot. They take on 8th-ranked Dowling Catholic tonight. Then Waukee, then Ankeny, who faces outside of this graphic, number 11th-ranked Johnston. Iowa City West at the number 5 spot. Pleasant Valley, your defending state champions, at 6. Iowa City Liberty is 7th. Dowling Catholic is 8th. Cedar Falls is 9th. And Valley is 10th in your rankings. Again, it's going to be a fun one tonight. A lot of stars on both sides of the ball. One to watch out for Waukee will be the Purdue commit, Malia Rogers, the junior wearing number 11. She's going to be a lot of fun tonight. We'll talk about a lot about this team here as the night goes on, but Southeast Polk lost to Waukee on Saturday. It was a 2-0 defeat in tournament play. Southeast Polk hasn't beaten Waukee in volleyball since 2021. They'll look to change that tonight. We're going to step aside for just a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to have lineups on the other side and your opening serve. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network. Waukee and Southeast Polk coming up next.
Ever have one of those awkward moments when a business disappointed you? You got ripped off? Didn't get what you expected? The Better Business Bureau can help you avoid these uncomfortable situations. BBB accredited businesses are honest, ethical, and reviewed annually by the BBB. Don't experience another awkward moment with a bad business. Trust the ones that operate with integrity. Look for the BBB seal. It's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Western lets your UTV power through the storm. The Impact V Plow and Impact Straight Blade, with the features the pros demand, custom tailored for your UTV. And to keep your work top-notch, rely on the Tornado UTV Hopper Spreader. Now that's a job well done. Western, more jobs done faster.
Visit Truck Equipment Inc. today at truckequipmentinc.com.
Welcome back to the Waukee Fieldhouse. Blake Walker with you here. Take you along here in this Central Iowa Metro League matchup. Waukee currently sitting top 3 in the CIML, and it is a 8th place out of 9 so far for Southeast Polk, but still positives. The Rams have won 3 out of their last 4 matches. That only loss coming to Waukee. Let's send it down to the floor for your starting lineups for tonight's match.
Waukee High School, the home of the Waukee Warriors. Tonight, the Warriors welcome the Southeast Polk Rams for a CIML Conference Showdown. We would like to welcome the students, families, teachers, and administration from Eason and Maple Grove Elementary Schools for our first ever Waukee Volleyball School Spirit Night. Would the Eason Elementary and Maple Grove Elementary School families please stand up and let's give them a round of applause. We love having our future Warriors in attendance here tonight. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for the Southeast Polk Rams. Number 1, senior libero, Grace Vanderhoff. Number 3, senior, Peyton Hazelton. Number 5, sophomore, Berkeley Wyland. Number 6, senior, Gabby Sievers. Number 11, senior, Kennedy Harris. Number 18, senior, Madeline Lembury. And number 23, senior, Reagan James Mann. The head coach for the Rams is Jessica Hazelton. And now, the starting lineup for your Waukee Warriors. Number 1, sophomore libero, Allie Ruddy. Number 3, senior, Maggie Gray. Number 4, senior, Lexi Weber. Number 5, senior, Mia Heinrich. Number 7, junior, Liv Davis. Number 11, junior, Malia Rogers. And number 22, senior, Stella Brenna. The head coach for the Warriors is Candace Malia, assisted by Lisa Laxman, Krista Kaufman, and Allison Griffin. And now at this time,
CIML Volleyball when we come back.
and move your heads.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Employee Pricing Plus at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. 2025 Ram 1500s with up to $15,000 off. Incredible offers on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee with up to $9,000 off. And new Jeep Wranglers with up to $8,500 off. And save on a new Chevy Silverado 1500 with over $12,000 off. Employee Pricing Plus. Save big now at DeArmond Automotive in Knoxville, Iowa.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Outdoor furniture season is here and we've got you covered with the best selection in Central Iowa. We're featuring Poly Furniture by Berlin Gardens. Once you've seen the fit, finish, quality, and materials of Berlin Gardens Poly Furniture, it makes everything else look like it was built in somebody's backyard. We also have Iowa's best selection of aluminum, wicker, wrought iron, cushion, and sling. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
Back here at Waukee Fieldhouse for some CIML volleyball on this really fun Tuesday night of action all across the state. Plenty of top 15 matchups just here in the CIML, but in Class 5A, 4A, 3A, 2A, and 1A. We're starting to get down to the stretch. It sounds crazy because it's not until the end of October that we really start seeing the pace pick up for playoff volleyball, but not a lot of regular season matches left. Still quite a few tournaments. That's what the whole volleyball schedule is built on. But we're excited to bring you another fun match this evening. Waukee's going to be on the right side of your screen in purple. Southeast Polk's going to be on the left side of your screen in white. We are set to go here in this one. Really good crowd on hand for Waukee this evening. School spirit night for a couple of the middle schools here in the Waukee area. Southeast Polk bringing out a pretty good crowd. It's about almost a 30-minute drive over from Southeast Polk High School. We'll get things rolling here. Berkeley Weiland will start things off for Southeast Polk on the serving side. And we are underway here at the Waukee Fieldhouse. Kill attempt to start by the Warriors, defended off by the Rams. And now Southeast Polk will try to turn something back. Malia Rogers catches it on the back line, and a great response by Maggie Craig. The senior knocks it through, and Waukee's on the board for the first time tonight. Maggie Craig, kind of a do-it-all athlete, 70 kills coming into tonight. Brings really good height at 5'10" for the senior. And there's the talented Liv Davis on the serve there for Waukee. Now Southeast Polk tries to respond on their own. There's Allie Ruddy, the libero, hitting the floor for Waukee. That one bounces over top, and there's another one for Maggie Craig. This Waukee team comes in third in the rankings, 13-2. They've won 9 straight games, as that one's a service error to go into the net, and Southeast Polk takes their first point of the night. They've won 9 straight games, including the very impressive 2-0 tournament win in the Southeast Polk Championship on Saturday over Waukee Northwest. A lot of heads starting to turn over here to Waukee, and boy, they feel like they have something special coming up as that one's dropped in by Stella Braddock. 67 kills coming into tonight for Stella. This is kind of an all-around kind of Waukee team. They have a lot of different ways they can go at you. And now Maggie Craig will go over and serve with a 3-1 advantage for Waukee in the early going here at the Fieldhouse. Backline recovery by Grace Vandehar, the libero for the Rams. Here's Davis going to set up in the middle, and Braddock pushes it over to no avail. A far side kill attempt that time by Gabby Severs. Not going to go, and that one just barely going to catch the back line. That's Malia Rogers making a big play. Rogers just her 12th kill of the season, but kind of a do-it-all athlete. 11 kills, 17 blocks, 79 digs. She's headed to play for the Boilermakers over in West Lafayette at Purdue. And just a junior, so a little bit of an earlier commitment. Davis kind of tosses that one up short, and Lexi Weber shorts it on her end. And it's 4-2, Southeast Polk trailing. Here's Grace Vandehar. She's going to be the one to serve. 7 service aces for her in 2025. And that one's going to go in the net. Waukee comes into tonight having won 16 out of the last 19 matchups over Southeast Polk. Those 3 wins that the Rams got in succession were for 2021 on back when they won 3 straight. And then you got to go all the way back to almost 2014, 2013. Davis sets up to the far side. Braddock gets blocked back, but it's going to go out of bounds, and Waukee takes the point. It's 6-2, Warriors on top early. As Stella Braddock showing some power here early from the 5'11 senior. And now a serve by Lexi Weber. Miscommunication by the Rams, drops down for another point. All Waukee in this first set, best of 5 matchup tonight. Another serve upcoming for Weber. One thing about Waukee, very tall lineup. A lot of this starting lineup over 5'10". That one's going to sail long just off the grasp of the Rams, and already Coach Hazelton's going to take a timeout. 8-2, Waukee off to a fast start. We'll be right back. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Employee Pricing Plus at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. 2025 Ram 1500s with up to $15,000 off. Incredible offers on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee with up to $9,000 off. And new Jeep Wranglers with up to $8,500 off. And save on a new Chevy Silverado 1500 with over $12,000 off. Employee Pricing Plus. Save big now at DeArmond Automotive in Knoxville, Iowa.
Out of the timeout, 8-2, Waukee leads. Southeast Polk going to try to get things rolling here. That one's denied back by Maya Heinrich. Now that one just off the grasp of Maggie Craig, and Southeast Polk is on the board. Once again, breaking the drought there. 8-3 is the advantage for Waukee. And now back to serve is the senior Gabby Severs, or Severs.
Gabby
Severs. 8 service aces this year for Gabby. And she'll come on to attempt this one, trying to get Southeast Polk back rolling here after a slow start. That one's going to go long. It'll be a service error. And it's 9-3. Waukee cruising here in the early portions. Now Stella Braddock's going to go back and serve for the Warriors. Middle ball, near side or far side attack. That one's going to work for Southeast Polk, I believe. Wait for a number here when it comes back to it. I want to say that was Alania Goldsberry, but I can't be for certain. Southeast Polk's numbers kind of squished together with the yellow and the black, a little bit harder to read. Goldsberry is the one to serve there, down by 5. Here's a really strong attack by Maya Heinrich. Couldn't quite get there. Now Southeast Polk has to send a free ball back across. Waukee will try to respond with Malia Rogers, who puts one down. Warriors in sync here in the early portions. Take a look at the replay. Just set up perfectly off the free ball, and Rogers able to put that one back down across the net. Warriors by 6 here. Here's Sievers, bumps that one up for Southeast Polk, and now miscommunication by the Warriors. Everybody a little hesitant there to start. A couple more bench players starting to rotate in. Greta Sikori in here, number 2 for Waukee. A couple more checking in for Southeast Polk. Out to serve now for Southeast Polk is Allison Etnier. Just a sophomore. It's a good serve. Forces Waukee to balance off just a little bit. Davis pushes across. Here's Sievers. Now going to set up to the near side. That one's airmailed by Elise Carlson. Carlson sends it just a little long. Going to be 11-5 Waukee. And now the libero, Allie Ruddy, will come on and serve.
Allie Ruddy, serving for the Warriors.
9 service aces this year for Allie at the libero position. Here's a near side ball, an attack by Kennedy Harris. Harris couldn't get there, but it's from the back line. Malia Rogers, with authority, makes it 12-5. Warriors looking good here in the early portions against Southeast Polk. Rams already taken 1 timeout so far this set by Jessica Hazelton. That's another really good serve. Give all the credit to Allie Ruddy. Her 10th ace of the season. Comes at a great time. Here's a substitution here for Southeast Polk. Goldsberry's going to check out, and in goes Madeline Lamberti, who started tonight for Southeast Polk. And there's Lamberti there. Almost didn't get out of the way. Nice ball across by Kennedy Harris there. Now the Rams have to set something up, but not quite what they wanted. Now Waukee with the free ball. Davis sets up, near side ball, tipped across. Good dig on the other side, but Davis sends it back over, and it works. Everybody kind of crowded up near the net for Southeast Polk. Liv Davis saw it. It was touched on the back line by a Ram, but not enough to make an effort on the ball. It's 14-5 early. There's another good serve by Ruddy. Now Southeast Polk has to get it across, and it's off the arms of Gabby Sievers. 10-point advantage here in the first set for Waukee. Ruddy again, another pretty solid serve. They go to the far line to Harris. Harris is able to drop it across. Rogers from the back line. Boy, anytime, even from the back line, sets herself up pretty well. That one spiked down by Lexi Weber. 61 kills coming into tonight. She's really the main block leader for this Waukee team. They have 3 players over 20 blocks this season. Here's Harris again, shorts it into the net. And another timeout will be taken by Southeast Polk. We'll take one with them. 17-5, Waukee leads.
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Out of the Southeast Polk timeout, 17-5. Waukee on top. Here's Allie Ruddy. Almost lost that off her own grasp when she was able to serve, and it's knocked back across by Vandahar. Davis in the middle, knocked back across by Lexi Weber. Now they try again to Harris. Warriors on top of it. Davis with the pushover and a little bit of miscommunication. Oh, not really miscommunication. Vandahar thought it was just going to drop down, but a Waukee hand knocked it away last second. 18-5. And more students starting to file in for Waukee, having quite the little student section here. They got a big home game in a couple weeks we'll be talking about here on the Central Iowa Sports Network in October. Waukee Northwest comes to town, well, comes across town, I should say, and plays here in the field house. That is going to be a rocking environment. That one's knocked over and dropped in by Audrey Tretton. Doesn't get a ton of action in the lineup, but Audrey Tretton, the 5'10 junior, able to put one across. It's 19-5. Ruddy now goes long, but a very impressive stretch of points for Waukee, and it's 19-6. And now Southeast Polk will finally have a chance to get the ball back and serve themselves. Berkeley Weiland. 12 aces this year for Berkeley. A very talented sophomore for Southeast Polk. A lot of upside. They got to feel pretty excited what they have with her. Nice play on the back line by, I believe that was Lydia Cox. Now Tretton tries to hit it back across, and Southeast Polk has to rally with Harris. Davis over the middle. Southeast Polk's there to recover. Severs couldn't get there, but it does work. Ruddy went to the floor, but couldn't quite find it. And it's 19-7 off the Gabby Severs attack. Weiland will go back. She starts within the box. Kind of has her own little attempt that she likes. Somehow, some way, that was saved by Ruddy, but it goes out. Now Southeast Polk with a couple points in a row here, trying to salvage the first set. Take a pretty big comeback here, but going to show some life, and maybe it'll bleed into the second set. That one's a service error for Weiland. Just missed the back line. And now it's Liv Davis on to serve for Waukee. Good spot by Davis. Now here comes a near side ball to Harris. Southeast Polk had a couple girls colliding. Now they eventually get it back over, and it works out in their favor. Nicely done by Gabby Severs. Senior making the most of that far side of the court. Lead is back down to 11, and now it'll be Kennedy Harris to serve. 11 service aces this year for Kennedy. Davis middle. Put in a pretty good spot there by Waukee's Lexi Weber. Now Weber tries again, and off the block it works. Waukee staying busy here, especially the front attack line there, as a couple more substitutions checking in. Maggie Craig is back in. Good minutes there by Aubrey Tretton. Gets a well-earned applause as she comes off to the bench. And now Maggie Craig to serve. Far side ball by Severs. Now here's Rogers, who gets back into the match and goes into the net. Southeast Polk hits double digits for the first time tonight. And it brings on Grace Vandahar to serve. Waukee 4 points away from a first set victory, a dominant first set, all things considering. Ruddy hits the deck. Now they go backwards, and it's nicely put together by Lexi Weber. Boy, Davis was almost in the net, had to knock it backwards, and Weber was able to finish it for a resounding kill. And now she serves. That one's going to be a tough ball, and it is. Off the hands of Severs on the wrong angle. Waukee's 2 away. Very impressive stuff in this first set by the Warriors. Trying to finish things off and send us to the second. Severs, able to find the gap in the defense. 23-11. Here come a couple more substitutions in. Elise Carlson is checking in for Southeast Polk. Alanya Goldsberry also checking in. And it's Severs to serve. And into the net. Match point for Waukee, 24-11. Trying to take care of business here in set number 1. Greta Sikori checks in. 34 digs this year for Greta. 5'5" senior, one of the smaller players on the team, but makes the most out of it when she's on the court. Serves here on match point. Severs lines up to Harris. Harris faked it out, and it went over to Goldsberry. Now Davis goes back to Rogers. Good luck. Malia Rogers knocks it down, 25-11. Waukee takes set number 1 over Southeast Polk. They lead 1-0. We'll be back for set number 2. You're watching the Central Iowa Sports Network.
Free Godfather's Pizza begins with the download. Order through my new online ordering app and start earning free pizza and sides. It's easy. Download the Godfather's Pizza online ordering app today. Do it.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Outdoor furniture season is here and we've got you covered with the best selection in Central Iowa. We're featuring Poly Furniture by Berlin Gardens. Once you've seen the fit, finish, quality, and materials of Berlin Gardens Poly Furniture, it makes everything else look like it was built in somebody's backyard. We also have Iowa's best selection of aluminum, wicker, wrought iron, cushion, and sling. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. Blake Walker along with you here. Waukee takes set number 1, 25-11. Southeast Polk trying to recover here. Coach Hazelton having a chat with her roster. Jessica Hazelton, 5th season here with Southeast Polk. A standout at Simpson College back in her day playing college volleyball. 5-8 record for Southeast Polk coming into tonight, but 3 of those losses have come by just 1 set. So they've been in matches. It's just been a matter of finishing those matches. And they'll look for a better second set here. Waukee will look to try to continue the efforts that they had in the first. It will be Liv Davis to serve first. One of the more talented juniors in the state of Iowa. 301 assists. That ranks top 5 in Class 5A. And Davis gets us started here for set number 2. Locked back at the net for an initial contact by Waukee. Here's Harris over to Ruddy, and Ruddy's able to get on the deck for Waukee. Now spike back across. It did not find the box. And for the first time tonight, Southeast Polk leads over Waukee. And it brings out Berkeley Weiland, to serve for Southeast Polk, trying to maybe avalanche this into a couple more points. Waukee goes long again on a attack by Lexi Weber. It's 2-0 Southeast Polk. Southeast Polk, 92.7 serve efficiency. One of the better in the class. Here's Rogers, shorts it. It was touched last second by Southeast Polk, and it works. Boy, Waukee was a little confused. They didn't really know if it was going to be Harms sending it across or what. But it ends up working out for him. A 3-0 start to the set for Southeast Polk. There's a strong attack by Stella Braddock. Now Severs puts it into the net. And it's 3-1. Allison Etnier also in for Southeast Polk, kind of circling back to their original starting roster. Maggie Craig now back to serve for the Warriors here, trying to get a couple points rolling. That one's going to go out, and it's 4-1. Good start here for Southeast Polk, trying to put a little bit more together here.
Serving for the Rams, number 11, Kennedy Harris.
A 6-foot senior, Kennedy Harris, now on to serve. Davis has to recover, and Tretton was the one to put it across. Here's Severs, again, nothing there. Backline attack by Craig, she puts it in the net. It's 5-1, Southeast Polk looking good here in set number 2 in the early portion. But on the road, it doesn't take much for the crowd to get into it. School spirit night here at the Fieldhouse. A lot of middle school students here, high school students here as well. That one sailed out again on an attack error, and it's 6-1. Great start here for Southeast Polk, and Kennedy Harris will serve again. Davis, middle, spike down, and that one goes for Lexi Weber. Says, all right, let's get a couple more points back. Lexi's been really solid tonight. Now she'll go back and serve. Now the Rams have to try to respond on defense. That one going to be close if it went out. Now an attack by Severs. Waukee's able to keep it in. It was going to be borderline if it stayed in. Attack that goes long off the grasp of Alania Goldsberry, and it's 6-3 after the attack error. Ball bounces off the top of the net. Here's Harris into the net now. 6-4. Peyton Hazelton there in the middle for Southeast Polk, leading the team in kills right now with 3, or tied for the most with Gabby Severs. It's pushed across, and Waukee somehow saves it. 2 players got on the deck for a dig. Now Southeast Polk will try to steal a point. 6-4. That one off the block, not going to work. Waukee has to recover off the Vandahar pullback. That one just tiptoes the line, and it works out for Stella Braddock. And they all go back to Lexi Weber, who made it happen off the dig. Fun volley there, back and forth. Rams trying to set up in the middle. Severs couldn't get there. Knocked back, though, and it's going to be a point for Waukee off the 4 hits. And just like that, Waukee has responded. 6-5. Southeast Polk's going to take a timeout. We'll be right back.
Employee Pricing Plus at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. 2025 Ram 1500s with up to $15,000 off. Incredible offers on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee with up to $9,000 off. And new Jeep Wranglers with up to $8,500 off. And save on a new Chevy Silverado 1500 with over $12,000 off. Employee Pricing Plus. Save big now at DeArmond Automotive in Knoxville, Iowa.
Waukee served out of the timeout. Another great dig by Lexi Weber. It's dropped across in the perfect spot by Audrey Tretton. And again, the team goes back to the Incredible dig by Lexi Weber. Digs were not her highest in statistics coming into tonight, but boy, she's made the most out of it here in set number 2, and Waukee's tied it right back up. Trenton tries to hit the deck, get a dig of her own. It's not going to work, and Southeast Polk ties it back at 7 apiece. But a really nice run to start here by Southeast Polk has now been responded by the Warriors. And Grace Vandehard, the libero, will come on and serve. Davis middle, pushed over by Heinrich. Severs almost goes cross court with it. Backline attack, blocked back by Harris. Or that was Reagan James Mann, excuse me. Now swatted back and blocked by Maya Heinrich. Heinrich had a response right there in the middle. A couple times Waukee could have taken the point before, but it'll be Stella Braddock to serve now. Waukee now retakes the lead. Two Southeast Polk players get together trying to go after it. It almost works out in their favor as Braddock has to go chasing after it. Ruddy sends it back across. Both teams trying to flail to get back in position. Davis in the middle, knocked back across by Heinrich. They try now. Braddock, who finds the back left corner where nobody's sitting for Southeast Polk. Braddock got that really good save there just a few moments ago and now is able to work herself back into the play and grabs the point. It's 9-7. Waukee back on top after the slow start where they trailed 6-1. Vandehard now recovers back over to Severs. Ball in the air, now knocked back across. Pushed over and blocked by Southeast Polk. Went back for 4 hits on Waukee. Greta Sikori checks in for Waukee, and in goes Elise Carlson for Southeast Polk. Rams back within 1, and it will be Gabby Sievers on to serve. 8 service aces this year for Gabby. Free possession here for Southeast Polk coming, but it was in such a good spot by Waukee. It's actually going to be almost better. And catching the back corner. Waukee thought it was going to be out, but Southeast Polk will gladly take the point. Alania Goldsberry gets credited with it. Much more competitive back and forth action here. Southeast Polk set at 5 points for a majority of that first set. That one swatted back by the Warriors. And now finding the right place is Audrey Tretton, who's having herself quite the night. Warriors take back the lead, 10-9, and in goes Malia Rogers. Waukee 88.3% serve efficiency, so less than Southeast Polk. That one blocked back by Heinrich. There were 2 Warriors in there, but Heinrich got the most of it. Warriors by 2. Now Rogers will go back on and serve here with the 2-point advantage. That one barely skims past the line. It's knocked right back by Maggie Craig, excuse me. Maggie dropped it right back across. It was really set up with the serve by Rogers. And just what she needed to see. Warriors trying to open it up just a little bit here. 12-9. This is going to be another tough ball and a point for Waukee as that one was hit over the net by Gabby Severs. Could call it danger zone territory here for Southeast Polk. Now trailing by 4. Waukee starting to go on a run. Another good serve by Rogers. That one, though, awkward off the right hand of Severs. And now Southeast Polk will take the timeout. 14-9. Waukee starting to pull away. We'll be right back.
Employee Pricing Plus at DeArmond Automotive, Knoxville. 2025 Ram 1500s with up to $15,000 off. Incredible offers on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee with up to $9,000 off. And new Jeep Wranglers with up to $8,500 off. And save on a new Chevy Silverado 1500 with over $12,000 off. Employee Pricing Plus. Save big now at DeArmond Automotive in Knoxville, Iowa.
Out of the timeout by Southeast Polk, 14-9. Waukee starting to put together a couple really good sets here. A couple good volleys. Here's Davis, sets up. Really hard spike that works out for Maggie Craig. Boy, had Gabby Severs stumbling near the back line. Now the lead blooms to 6. As Rogers continues to serve. The Purdue commit looking good here tonight. As I say that, it goes long, and it's 15-10. Off the service error. Waukee only giving up 17.8 points per set. While it's not the best in 5A, it is pretty reasonable for Central, or for the CIML. And we saw they didn't give up much in that last one, as that one goes long in a service error, and it's 16-10. First set was Waukee, 25-11. Now Allie Ruddy will come on and serve. Trying to keep things rolling here for the Warriors. Ruddy, perfect. Caught the net and dropped in, and it's 17-10. Ruddy came in with 9 aces, so now over the 10 mark. We'll look to try to continue here. She was the one serving when Waukee went on that really good run in that first set. Harris, did it catch? No, it didn't. Warriors by 8. Rams got up 6-1 at one point in this first set, but Waukee has responded really well here. There's Ruddy. Now up to Harris. Now Severs. Back to Harris. Craig dumped across, and Southeast Polk had a little bit of miscommunication there in the center, and it knocks it off the line. All Warriors here in the back half of this second set trying to take a really tough to rally behind 2-0 lead. We've seen it happen a couple times here in the CIML, even this season between Centennial and Waukee Northwest. Southeast Polk, though, going to get a point right back. Finds its way between the net. Miley Kugler is going to check in for Southeast Polk. She's going to be the one serving here. 5'5" senior. Kugler will step in and see if she can get this offense rolling here just a little bit off the serve. There's Rogers on the other end. Craig, did she get it? Yes, she did. Barely caught the back line. It found a way. And Waukee has reached 21st. Liv Davis now back in. Carlson checks in for Southeast Polk. Severs, back line, blocked back by the front lines of Waukee, now pushed over by Braddock. That one's going to sail out. Waukee calls off the Dogs. It's a 10-point lead for the Warriors. And Davis will serve again. Harris across. Now Waukee's Ruddy calls everyone off. Braddock lines up. Can't fire it, though. That one's going to go long. Southeast Polk went after it, and it's Waukee ball. Had to at least try something off the hands, and it's 22-11. Allison Etnier also in for Southeast Polk here in this rotation. Elise Carlson, talked about her. And then Peyton Hazelton also in there. That one off the net, somehow kept in. Now back into the net. Really nice job by Southeast Polk to get on the ground and go after the ball. A couple solid digs we've seen in this second set total. Berkeley Weiland checks in here for Southeast Polk. And the sophomore will serve. 5'10" as a sophomore. You got to think she's still got some growing to do. That one dropped in with authority. Maggie Craig, Waukee's 2 away. Warriors trying to finish this one out and take a resounding 2-0 set advantage. Lydia Cox in to serve here for the Warriors. That ball knocked up in the air, sent back. Hazelton recovers, though. Severs to the back line to Cox. Now Tretton. Rams recover. Here's the near side attack by Harris, and it works. Braddock hit the deck but couldn't get it in time. Leads back down to 10.
Now serving for the Rams, number 11, Kennedy Harris.
Kennedy Harris now will serve. Ruddy hits the deck, able to grab on top of it. Braddock sent it across. Good job by Vandahar to hang on to it. Couple good attacks here by both teams. Now Tretton sends over a free ball. Hazelton drops it in. Came into tonight 10 kills on the year for Peyton. 6-foot senior. Mom, obviously the head coach. Leads back down to 9. Here's Harris. Davis, middle. Good luck beating it. Lexi Weber. Right down the middle, and it's 24-14. Match point for Waukee. Or set point, excuse me. Set point for Waukee. That one going to catch the back corner. Nicely done by Alania Goldsberry. And set point will remain. Now Southeast Polk can control a little bit here.
Now serving for the Rams, number 1, Grace Vandahar.
Vandahar came into tonight 159 digs. She's seen a lot of action here this evening, no doubt. Braddock got blocked back. Good job by Southeast Polk. Now they try the other side to Tretton. A little bit of a free ball. Near side, blocked back. Attacked by Goldsberry, but it drops in on the other side for Waukee, and they take the set 25-15. It is 2-0 in favor of the Warriors. We'll be back. Set number 3. Waukee looking for the sweep.
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
Hi, I'm Chris from Fireplace Superstore. Outdoor furniture season is here, and we've got you covered with the best selection in Central Iowa. We're featuring Poly Furniture by Berlin Gardens. Once you've seen the fit, finish, quality, and materials of Berlin Gardens Poly Furniture, it makes everything else look like it was built in somebody's backyard. We also have Iowa's best selection of aluminum, wicker, wrought iron, cushion, and sling. Fireplace Superstore, just west of Homemakers at 109th and Douglas.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with unleaded 88.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. Waukee leads over Southeast Polk 2-0. We go to the third set. Really strong showing by Coach Palia's crew. Candace Palia, head coach of Waukee. Haven't had a chance to talk about her tonight. It's her 6th season with the team, 8th total. She was an assistant before she took over. Graduate of Waterloo East High School, played for the Panthers, up in Cedar Falls for her college career. And like I talked about earlier, obviously they look very good tonight. They feel like this could be the year they can put it all together and go for a championship. Obviously, Waukee Northwest has been the talk of the whole season. The Wolves have been really tough. Ankeny Centennial's right there with them. But Waukee has really started to figure things out. They've won 9 straight games. That's through tournament play. That includes a very good win on the road at Ankeny in 5 sets. This team is built to go through it, and they feel like they have the star power to do it as well. Not to mention 2 very good juniors in Liv Davis and Malia Rogers, but a lot of help from their seniors. Here we go in set number 3. Waukee looking for the sweep tonight over Southeast Polk. Maggie Craig pushes that one across, and now Southeast Polk has to recover. Here's Severs. Got it blocked back for a moment. Severs off the tip, and that goes. And Southeast Polk opens with the lead. Remember, they led 6-1 in that second set, but could not finish. Waukee went on a huge run in the middle portions and was able to put that one to bed. See if Southeast Polk can stay up with the fast start here. As Weiland's on the serve. Davis awkwardly has to save it. And somehow, some way, Ruddy sends it over, but she was out of play. And it's 2-0, Southeast Polk. Weiland will serve again with a 2-0 start here for the Rams. Rogers has to hit the deck. Davis pushes it back over. Nice heads-up play by Liv. Waukee's on the board in set number 3. Davis on the serve here. Near side ball knocked across by Harris. Braddock lightly dropping over. Really good dive and dig by Grace Vandehar to save it. Now Waukee tries to go back on their own. Good backline recovery by Kugler. They try again with Craig. Vandehar tries to go out and get it, but hits the floor and doesn't get the bounce she wants that time, and we're tied at 2. Nice little volley there between both teams. Liv Davis will serve again. Tied at 2 here in the early portions of set number 3. Middle attack by Rogers, and just a little off to the right. Going to make it 3-2 Southeast Polk on the attack error. And Kennedy Harris will serve. Been very solid tonight, all across the board. Braddock sends it long. Little too underneath that one. Going to make it 4-2 Southeast Polk. The Rams don't have a ton of kills tonight. That is for sure. They only average 8.9 kills per set. A lot of the points have come off errors by Waukee. There's a kill by Waukee. Lexi Weber once again, who came into tonight with 61 kills. She's having a really good evening. Wait for her tally here in a second. I think, wait for it to pop up here on the screen on the left side. She's definitely had a really good night in the kill category. Vandehar awkwardly off her hands. Now has to send it back over, but behind her head a little too long, and we're tied at 4. Back and forth to start things here in set number 3. Weber has 6 kills this evening. I believe that leads the team. Hazelton gets swatted back. Nicely done up front by Rogers and company. Came into tonight with 17 blocks, Rogers did. She gets credited with it. Waukee takes back the lead at 5-4 in the early goings here. Ball in the middle by Severs. Now Braddock tries to drop it across, and going out to get it is Goldsberry, and whistle blows. It's going to be a point for Waukee in the net. Is the call against Southeast Polk. Warriors took the first set 25-11, 25-15 in the second set. trying to close the book here on this one and get away with their 14th victory of the year. That one's swatted back by Braddock and Weber. Nice 1-2 punch up front for Waukee. Weber came in with 27 blocks. Braddock with 20. Haven't called Maya Heinrich's name a lot tonight, but she came in with 25 blocks. That's off the block. Nicely done by Peyton Hazelton. Gets the Rams back within 2. Grace Vandehar is going to come on and serve here. He's been really impressive tonight at the libero position. That one going to be easy. That worked just in the perfect favor for Gabby Severs, who drops that one back across. She's crossed now 90 kills this season. 7-6 is your lead here. Rogers. Did she get it? No, missed it. Just barely missed it on the back line. And we're tied at 7. Now Vandehar will serve again. Warriors came into tonight 13-2 record on the season. Southeast Polk 5-8. Now set back over for Allie Ruddy. Postseason play not going to be too far away. You're going to get brackets here eventually here in the next couple of weeks. That one's swatted back. Vandehar hits the deck. Now Davis has to recover. Would not be surprised to see these two teams in the same bracket, all things considering, for their region. Nice volley here back and forth. And a tied 7-7 match. That one's dropped in by guess who? Lexi Weber. 7th kill of the night for Lexi. Now Lexi will serve. Pushed over and dropped in. Nicely done by Berkeley Weiland. Just her 2nd kill of the night, but ties it back at 8. And this is the most competitive it's been back and forth up to this point for both teams. Waukee, though, at this point kind of started to pull away in that 2nd set. See if Southeast Polk can keep their foot on the gas here with Severs serving. Rogers finds the back corner with authority. It's 9-8.
Now serving for the Warriors, number 22, Stella Braddock.
Stella Braddock finds herself serving. Braddock, long, service error on Waukee.
Once again, dollar hot dogs and popcorn.
A couple substitutions in for both teams. In goes Greta Sikori in for Waukee, and Miley Kugler. He's had a couple good plays here so far tonight. Is in for Southeast Polk. Middle row attack. Davis pushes it over after it didn't work. Good defense by Southeast Polk. That one almost knocked over. They thought maybe into the net. That one spiked back down, though. Nice recovery by Heinrich. Did exactly what she needed to do there.
Now serving for the Warriors, Malia Rogers.
Malia Rogers now comes out. Knocked back for a second by the Waukee front line. And recovered well. Knocked out by the block. And it's 10-10. Substitutions there for Southeast Polk. Springs in Allison Etnier. 5'5" sophomore, up-and-comer here for Southeast Polk. Rams looking better here in this 3rd set. Off the block, though, for Maggie Craig. Strong attack from this near side, able to find its way down. And Lexi Weber checks back in. Weber back in, Reagan James Mann back in for Southeast Polk, as is Grace Vandehar. And here's Ruddy on the serve. Ball in the middle, blocked back by Weber and Davis for the time being. That one long, though, was not touched. Southeast Polk takes the point, 11-11. Good third set rolling here. Southeast Polk trying to send this thing to 4. Berkeley Weiland back in. That one just out of the reach from the back line, off the hand of Miley Kugler. Give it to Lexi Weber, who's just having a really good night at the net. Warriors take back the lead. Who's going to go on the run, if there is a run? Or will we go back and forth and just start trading points here to the end of the set? Near side ball by Harris, just decides to drop it across. Now Waukee does the same thing. Harris, nothing there. Rogers is there to recover. That one finds the bottom. Maggie Craig, Waukee by 2. One thing I tell you about Coach Palia for Waukee, I don't think she stood up at all tonight, besides when there's been timeouts. She stays sitting most of the time. Davis a little awkward off the hands. Now Braddock, good luck getting it. Almost was Grace Vandehar. Vandehar made a strong attempt to go get it, but couldn't quite get there. That's the power of Braddock. Now Waukee leads by 3. Danger zone territory, you feel like, if you're a Southeast Polk fan. That one over the net. Service ace for Liv Davis, and here comes the timeout by Southeast Polk. 15-11, Waukee leads, trying to sweep the Rams. We'll be right back.
Employee Pricing Plus at DeArmond Automotive Knoxville. 2025 Ram 1500s with up to $15,000 off. Incredible offers on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee with up to $9,000 off. And new Jeep Wranglers with up to $8,500 off. And save on a new Chevy Silverado 1500 with over $12,000 off. Employee Pricing Plus. Save big now at DeArmond Automotive in Knoxville, Iowa.
Welcome back to the Central Iowa Sports Network. 15-11. Waukee leading over Southeast Polk in set number 3. Blake Walker along with you here. That one's going to go to Waukee. 4 hits. Rams starting to unravel here just a little bit. 16-11. Warriors trying to finish the deal here. Liv Davis on to serve. Now she gets it right back off the hit by Southeast Polk. Craig drops it between the block. Hazelton went up and kind of looked confused along with Kennedy Harris. They thought, well, we thought for sure we had the block, but it wasn't quite there. 17-11 Waukee starting to pull away. Middle ball. Hazelton. Recovered well by Braddock. Has to be a free ball across by Rogers. Braddock again finds its way off the block between Hazelton and Severs. Don't forget, we'll be back here at Waukee in just a couple weeks for Waukee Northwest versus Waukee. Most likely going to be a top 5, maybe top 4, heck, even maybe top 3 showdown between the two Waukee schools. Going to be the biggest matchup they've had on the volleyball court up to this date. You don't want to miss it on the Central Iowa Sports Network coming up in October. 18-12. Southeast Polk able to get one in there. Not going to go away yet. And Kennedy Harris will serve. Davis near side. Braddock toes the line and finds the point. 19-12. Warriors looking strong, trying to put a bow on this one. Here's Maggie Craig. Maggie will send this one across. Bumped up in the middle by Weiland. That one's long. On the attack error, 20-12. Waukee's 5 away. A dominant showing this evening. We're just about to cross the hour mark, and Waukee closing in on the victory. Warriors taking care of business in this CIML matchup, that's for sure. Severs blocked back. Rams able to recover. Now two Warriors get together. Ruddy bumps it over. Alley hits the floor again. Now here comes a backline attack. Blocked down. Nicely done up front by Alania Goldsberry, and I believe that was Peyton Hazelton who got in there as well. Really nice job. Goldsberry, 5'7" junior, brings up a lot of upside here for this Southeast Polk team. Yes, they have a couple really good seniors. They're going to have to replace Grace Vandehar, Peyton Hazelton, and company, Gabby Severs, but boy, they have the pieces to make it work. And there's a service ace for Southeast Polk. They pull it back within 6. Off the arm of Grace Vandehar, who came in with 7 aces tonight. It's her first of the evening. Braddock off the hands of Vandehar, now recovered up by Weiland. And Vandehar just has to knock it over for a free ball. Here's Davis. Far side to Braddock. With authority, drops it in. 21-14, Waukee. Ruddy will check out, and in goes Maya Heinrich. Or excuse me, it's going to be, well, Heinrich is in. Weber will serve. Harris, or excuse me, that's Reagan James Mann. Reagan James Mann knocks it through. Tallest one on the floor here for Southeast Polk. 6'1", came in with 23 kills tonight. Rams not going to go away yet. They're tied with the most points they've had in a set tonight. Trying to keep it rolling. Here's Severs. Off the hands awkwardly of Braddock. Rams have their highest point total tonight. They're back within 5 now. Don't count them out yet. Severs misses on the attack error, or the service error. Warriors are 3 away. Again, great crowd on hand tonight to witness this one. School spirit night. I believe, from what I heard, it's their first one for the middle schools for volleyball, I should say. I know they have them for basketball, but really cool to get the community more involved here on the volleyball side. Middle row attack by Harris. Now Davis pushes it across. Nobody's home. 2 more for Waukee. Davis's 3rd kill of the night. A little bit of a quieter night, but boy, don't look at the kills. Look at the assists. Liv has set up so many. Rams trying to recover. Near side ball. Toes the line and works out for Alania Goldsberry, who has made a couple really good plays here in this 3rd set. Rams back within 6. They bring on Miley Kugler here out of the rotation. Miley will serve. Don't forget, coming up on the Central Iowa Sports Network this week, still football left to go in this week, as that one's a service error, makes it 24-17. On Thursday, we'll have Des Moines North and Perry from MediaCom Stadium, and then a whole slate of games on Friday. Dowling taking on Southeast Polk, Waukee Valley, Ankeny Centennial. A lot of great football coming up here on Friday. Match point here for Waukee, 24-17. Here comes Malia Rogers to serve. In the middle, and knocked back. Liv Davis and Maya Heinrich take care of business. Waukee takes care of business. 25-17 is your final score in set number 3. They win set 1, 25-11. Set 2, 25-15, and set 3, 25-17. That is a Waukee sweep over Southeast Polk. The Warriors move to 13, now 14-2. Southeast Polk will drop to 15-9. Waukee has now won 17 out of the last 20 against Southeast Polk. For Randy Nielsen and our entire production team, for Gavin and Marion on camera, I'm Blake Walker. We say so long from the Waukee Fieldhouse, where the Warriors defeat the Rams in CIML volleyball action. We'll be back next time. Thanks for watching the Central Iowa Sports Network. Good night, everyone.
Iowans are working hard, but high prices make it even harder to keep food on the table.
record numbers need help. Your neighbors, your friends, your community. Stopping hunger starts here.
Employee pricing plus extra DeArmond discounts at DeArmond Ford. New 2024 F-150s with over $20,000 off. Get a new Ford Bronco with $9,000 off plus 3.9% for 72 months. New Bronco Sports on sale for $37,990 plus 3.9% for 72 months. And new Super Duties with $10,000 off. Extra discounts on top of employee pricing. Only at DeArmond Ford, Indianola.
Joe here with Westside Auto Pros. I know that sometimes your car can be inconsiderate and need work when you're short on cash. So here's what I'll do. When you get your car fixed at Westside Auto Pros, I'll loan you the money to pay for it. Whatever you want done, repairs, services, tires, you name it. Get your car back on the road and you won't even pay any interest for 90 days. My wife thinks I'm nuts.
No interest, Joe? Are you nuts?
Get your car fixed now and pay later only at Westside Auto Pros. You don't suppose she's right?
Thank you for tuning into today's broadcast. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of our live events. You can also follow us on X, Facebook, and Instagram in the description below for more coverage of Central Iowa high school sports and the Des Moines Menace. Now, back to the game.